you know. So the importance of like being able to do that. I mean, everybody needs t-shirts, everybody needs clothes. Whether or not it's our clothes or some clothes that you want to make, you know, you can come here and do that as well. Yeah. Because we're all about like trying to help push forward like people who are trying to empower themselves. Yeah. You know, like we started off with t-shirts and now we have a store. You know what I'm saying? So like for the person who's coming in here and they're like, yo, how do y'all get to where y'all at? And like, yo, bro, we had an idea, we put it on t-shirt, and we just kept, you know, putting more shit on t-shirts. So like figuring out like what works for you. Like if you have an idea, you can come in here. We'll help you kind of like sort it out. We'll tell you how much it will charge, what it will cost to get your idea out, because everything has a cost to it.
Absolutely.
And then like it's up to you to kind of figure out like creatively, how am I gonna like market this idea I have, you know?
And also like no shade on other screen printers, but like we went through the whole process of like finding screen printers, getting prices, and like trying to be like when we first started, the prices were just insane. You know what I mean? Like it was costing us so much bread to print 12 shirts. You know what I mean? And then like once we started printing our own stuff, and I started to realize like the cost difference and like how we could save money, and how they were upcharging us on pointless things that they didn't need to upcharge us on. I was like, yo, we started our clothing, our Navy Hill. We're not gonna upcharge people on like stupid stuff that you shouldn't be upcharged for. You know what I mean? Like, and I want people to come here and realize that like, yo, yeah, we're trying to help you build your brand the same way we build our brand. You know what I mean? Like we don't look at it as competition. We look at it as, yeah, we're helping another person start their successful business. You know what I mean? Absolutely. We're hoping this next person get their true idea or their true creativity out there. Because a lot of people have ideas, and like unless they talk to the right person, they might just never do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I never want I want people to come in here and feel like, yo, I can go into Navy Hill or Chilalay and talk to these guys, and they can help me get my idea from my brain to a t-shirt or to a tote bag or to a fucking poster, whatever they want to make. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And for the right cost, you know what I mean? Like we're never like trying to, I want them to be able to make bread and grow their brand. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if they become a loyal customer at that point, then they're gonna order 1,000 things from us versus just the one order they might get right at that moment, you know?
And our goal is to like, you know, the door's always open, Chilalay. The door is always open. You know, everybody that comes in, you know, we want them to feel like, you know, they're part of the Chilalay family. We want them to feel like, you know, we care about, you know, what they're trying to get done. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, you just throwing me some shit and I'm like, okay, whatever. No, I'm gonna ask you questions about it. You know, I want to know like, all right, so like, what are you really trying to portray? Because sometimes, you know, somebody's idea could, you know, have flaws in it, you know what I'm saying? Right. And like, we're here to really help you put out the best thing that you can, you know, idea.
We never tell you what to do and what not to do, but we'll help you out. You know what I mean? Like, if you just come in here with a crazy ass idea, we're kind of like, hey man, you could do AY, ABC, and it'll be way better versus like XYZ.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But like, and then even then, if the customer wants it a certain way, I mean, the customer's always right. Yeah. If they're gonna pay for it, we're gonna print it.
I really have a question that's regarded really into fashion related. That's a really fashion related question. You know, with a lot of the luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, all these like high fashion brands, they're really starting to take ideas from the streetwear brands, like crazy. You guys, and like they're really taking ideas from the streets and bringing it. Like, how do you guys value luxury brands? Like, to you, like, what is a luxury brand, or what is luxury clothing? How do you value clothing even?
I have respect for a lot of luxury brands. I personally don't own a lot of luxury brands, for ones out of my price point, and I think that's kind of a big reason why I started making my own clothes. Is because that I see what other people are doing, I have a respect for what other people are doing, but I also know the world that I personally live in. And I'm not personally out here spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on shirts or clothes. So, you know, I'm catering my brand to the consumers who, you know, are more like me, you know, who financially are like me, you know what I'm saying, who mentally think like I do, you know, who are kind of like, and even those who aren't, you know what I'm saying, I'm still trying to like show them, you know, what we have to offer as a brand. I'm definitely like take influence from, like, you know, people like Virgil, Joe Fresh Goods, Cause, Kith, Ronnie Fieg. Those are brands that, like, me personally, I look to, or people that I look towards, like, in the fashion industry for, like, what they're doing, because I definitely see, like, and you know, streetwear is definitely going into, like, you know, high fashion is coming to streetwear, and also streetwear is kind of like going to high fashion in a way. It's like,
I mean, I look at them like, it kind of, they have their customers, and their customers obviously want streetwear. That's what it is, pretty much. You know what I mean? They have these rich customers that obviously have thousands of dollars to blow on pieces, but they want streetwear. You know what I mean? And they want the streetwear that they can't get from other people. So cool. You got your customers. We got our customers. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's almost opening the door to the fact that, like, yeah, we can have all our regular price pieces in here, but out of nowhere, we could drop a fucking trench coat or a jacket that's like $500 and it's not too outlandish. You know what I mean? And people would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna buy that. You know what I mean? Like, because the price point isn't too crazy, because they kind of help set that standard that streetwear brands can do that, even though they're high fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same sense, we're catering to our customer, and that's how we look at it. You know what I mean? And we're catering to the person that wants good clothes, good product, good quality, good sayings that they can wear and feel amazing in. And you might, once you put it on, you'll feel like you spent $500 on this piece. Yeah. Even though you might have spent $35 on this t-shirt. You know what I mean? Dead ass.
That's really dope that you guys have that, like, that viewpoint, especially having that perspective that they're like, especially because those brands are always coming down here, like the street brand level, and they're like
and stealing our ideas.
It's pretty common. It's kind of wild though.
Graphic t-shirts for like $500.
So I fuck my man, what is it, Cousteau, right? They be spray painting everybody's stores and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I really have another. One of my, like, I'm kind of a couple more questions.
Let's go now.
I don't want to hold you guys up, but really, like, what kind of artists, you know, really inspire you when you're going into your creative process to coming up with that next collection, with that next piece that you guys, you know, like, this is our staple piece that we're gonna
let this guy talk about that, because he's our head designer. You know what I mean? When I draw something, he redraws it.
When it comes to, like, design aesthetic, I have people who I look up to, like Virgil and Joe Fresh Goods. But when it comes to, like, the actual aesthetic for the brand, I try to just, like, pull influences from, like, real life shit. Yeah. You know? It's like something that, like, when I see it on a t-shirt, like, I have a feeling attached to it. And sometimes, like, it can come from an experience, it can come from a conversation, it can come from, like, something I watch. And it can come from, like, you know, artists that are inspiring me, like actual, like, visual artists versus, like, fashion designers. Because I think that I'm more inspired by actual art and, like, movies and, like, shit like that versus actual fashion people. Yeah. Because absolutely. I come from an art background. Like, I was a BCU art major. And everything that when I look at clothes, I kind of always look at it from, like, an art aesthetic standpoint, like how it looks on the person, or, like, how, like, the graphic looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, like, the whole ensemble, like, when I think of a t-shirt, I think about, you know, what can I wear this with? You know, what can I really, like, try to, like, swag out, like, with this garment, but also, like, be something that, like, means something to me. Like, these jeans, like, the last, like, real thing that I made that I kind of, like, was going into, like, a whole different, like, you know, way I create, you know, and, like, little stuff like that kind of, like, sparks way bigger. Like, we have, like, a whole plaid drop that's gonna be coming out, you know what I'm saying? And, like,
all off of these jeans.
And it came off, like, from, like, just, like, me doing this project right here. So, like, little stuff like that. And also I get inspiration from this guy, you know, like, we have a lot of, like, deep conversations, and we've been through a lot of, like, real shit, like, real life shit, you know what I'm saying, that has kind of, like, just influenced a lot of like the behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
a lot of these things on the walls are coming from shit that we've actually been through.
And it makes my days better.
But really, what I really was liking to ask too is, with, you know, you guys have been working so hard, you're really making a name for yourselves out here. Where do you guys see yourself going in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see Chilalay going as a brand, as a household name? Where do you guys see it going in the future?
Yo, man, I see Chilalay being on the tongue of every mom, daughter, auntie, niece, nephew, cousin, uncle. No, but for real, like, I feel like I see Chilalay becoming like a staple in like, yo, like, I think this could be the big, like, one of the biggest ones, you know what I mean? Like, it could be up there with your Gifts, with your Supremes, with your Chinatown markets, like just the brand alone, even the name alone. Like, I say to somebody else, Chilalay, like, how do you say it? I tell them. They always repeat it back to me 2 or 3 times. At that point, they say it to me in the conversation another 2 or 3 times.
Exactly. Because
then they become addicted to saying it. They're like, oh, Chilalay. Oh, Chilalay. Next thing you know, they're at their job telling people they work with, yo, you need a Chilalay. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm telling you, it's crazy, yo. Like, cause like literally, like it's hard to say. Like sometimes, like a name means a lot, but the name means a lot. You know what I mean? And just the way it rolls off people's tongue and the way people like to say it. First of all, it's gonna make it skyrocket. You know what I mean? Yeah. Second of all, the way our passion behind it and what we're building and like our plans for it is gonna be crazy. And it's all about what we build. You know what I mean? As long as we stay consistent, people are gonna follow it and people are gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean? I see us everywhere, all across the country. See people buying our shit everywhere across the world. You know what I mean? I want our brand to be big, like huge. Like I'm trying to get to where I have hundreds of employees that work for us for Chilalay. You know what I mean? Like I want that. I see that. I know that it's gonna happen. Like 100%.
Yeah, speaking of existence.
For real. I'm a big believer in that. You know what I mean? I first said this in 2012. I was like, yo, Chilalay's gonna be something. When we first started. I didn't know what it was at that point, but here we are, you know what I mean? And like now I have more of a clear view, and because I have this clear view, we got this store 8 months from us having this clear view and knowing what we wanted to do and having that determination, that vision, you know what I mean? Like having goals and not working for them is just having dreams. Like we all have dreams, we all go to sleep, have dreams, but like a dream is nothing unless you're gonna work for it. Yeah. You know?
It's surreal when it's like tangible, it's right in front of you now.
You know what I mean? We have our dreams and we wake up every morning and we work towards them. Absolutely. And that's all I want other people to do as well, you know what I mean? So.
For me, I want to see just like genuine growth, you know what I'm saying? Like pop-ups, different cities, you know, collabs with like some big brands. Honestly, just like the city kind of like, you know, Richmond being like, you know, where we started it, and then like, you know, also the city kind of like really gravitating towards what we have. Like I said, like, you know, when we go other places, I want like Richmond to kind of, you know, be behind Chilalay. And when people think about, you know, Richmond, they also think about, you know, our brand as well. You know, as long as like with the other brands that are out here and established, you know, but we definitely want to like make a name for ourselves, you know, on the East Coast, the West Coast. 5 years from now, you know, I would love for us to have some other locations maybe. Yeah. But if not, you know what I'm saying, just making this location the best location that we can.
Absolutely.
And, you know, growing the brand organically, bringing more people in. I definitely would love to hire some people to come work here. And just kind of like, you know, turning the brand from, you know, a small operation to like, you know, really something big, a big.
Absolutely. That's really cool. And really just like, as for my final question, I know we've gone through a lot, covered a lot, and really my final question is really just like, what advice would you give to a young creator that's, you know, that was in your shoes, you know, we'll say back in 2012 when you guys were coming up with this 2014, and these ideas were all going through your head, like what advice would you give yourself if you were talking to that younger self?
Consistency is key, like to life, like to everything. Like, for real, like, if you really want it, like, do it. If you want to pursue something, if you want to start doing your brand, whatever you're doing, if you want to do it, you got to do it. You know what I mean? At the beginning, yeah, like some of your friends, they gonna act like they like it. They might be around, but they might not be with you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if you're consistent and you're true about what you want to do with yourself and what you're putting out there, anybody who ever had doubt or anybody that was around you that sees it, they'll start following it and be like, oh yeah, no, he's really passionate about this. I'm gonna fuck with my mans. I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna watch what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because I can't lie. Until we became very consistent with the brand, that's when all the great stuff started happening for us. You know what I mean? Because the outside world looking in was like, okay, no, they're taking this very serious. You know what I mean? And if they're taking it this serious, then I can take them this serious. You know what I mean? That's the most thing I can say for everybody. And like, yeah, sometimes, you know, money might be in the situation, this and that, but like, consistency could still be just doing something once a fucking season. You know what I mean? But just as long as you're doing it and you're consistently doing it, you know what I mean? People will recognize what you're doing and the work that you're putting in. And as long as you put out good quality work and you have your as long as you believe in what you're putting out, other people will start to believe in.
Absolutely.
That's all I would say. You know what I mean?
For me, I would say to, you know, figure out what it is you're passionate about. You know, like, and let that kind of drive you. Like, I'm very passionate about art and fashion, and I think like I tried a lot of different stuff, and you know, just trying things out. You know, you kind of have to get started somewhere. You know, like. Absolutely. The first T-shirt I ever designed, you know, like probably wasn't the craziest T-shirt, but you know, it started there, and from that, you know, like I just kept doing it, like you said, being consistent, just kept trying stuff out, kept showing people, like, yo, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then I just made it, you know. And a lot of times, like, if you don't get started, you know what I'm saying, like doing something, then like you're kind of just like watching everybody else do their thing, and you're kind of like, oh, yo, I had an idea for something like that. I could have did that, you know, or like I've seen that, but I think, but like if you're not actually, you know, putting the pencil to the paper, or you know, like actually getting your hands on whatever it is you're trying to do, it's just gonna stay an idea. So like actually getting your hands dirty, you know, not afraid to do the work, not afraid to talk to people who've already done what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fact that you even came to me to ask about like Chilalay and helping us out, you know, like it's a step in the right direction, because like whatever wisdom I can impart to you, you know what I'm saying, you can then take that and impart to somebody else. Absolutely. So like, you know, I had people who were, you know, doing things I wanted to do, and I asked them questions about it. You know, I was like, yo, like, I really want to make clothes, you know, but I don't really know where to start, you know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, people ask me those questions all the time, like, yo, like, you know, how did you do this? Like, bro, like, I just had an idea, and I actually put it on a T-shirt, and I just kept doing that shit. Yeah. I just kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And not everything sold out, but you learn from everything, you know? So, like, you're learning and you're actually doing, you know? Everything isn't always a hit, but you learn through the process. Yeah. But he's right. You should find your passion first, then be consistent. And
that really wraps it up. You guys really covered a lot of things that I was looking to, you know, pinpoint, you know, for Chilalay as a brand, and you know, you guys as creators in the city of Richmond and things like that. So I appreciate you guys letting us come out. Thank you.
Nah, man, appreciate you for sure.